If you're a 49ers fan, this is the moment you've been waiting for. There's some seriously exciting news buzzing around the team right now. ESPN recently put out a ranking that places the San Francisco 49ers as the third best team in the National Football Conference when it comes to making the playoffs. Just hearing that instantly raises expectations and gives every supporter a good reason to feel hopeful about the season ahead. Now, this might not be the most tantalizing headline you're looking for, but stick with me because the real excitement is still coming. The fact that the 49ers sit just behind two other top teams and notably ahead of their division rivals, the Los Angeles Rams, is impressive and says a lot about where the franchise is right now. This ranking doesn't just pop out of thin air. ESPN's analysis takes into account the team's schedule, roster changes, coaching adjustments, and even player health, which means it's grounded in real, thoughtful evaluation. It's a sign that the 49ers are entering the upcoming season with strong momentum and high expectations from the experts. Of course, rankings like these are always taken with a grain of salt because football seasons have a way of surprising us, but it's a solid marker of optimism for the fan base. Beyond that, some insightful commentary came from a recent ESPN article. That shifted the spotlight from players to coaching staff. The biggest offseason acquisition for the 49ers isn't a flashy draft pick or a star free agent. It's a coach. Robert Saleh, the defensive mastermind, has returned to the Bay Area, and many believe he's the key to unlocking the defense's full potential. I couldn't agree more with this perspective. Saleh's impact on the defense was undeniable during his previous tenure with the 49ers, and his brief head coaching stint with the New York Jets showed just how influential he can be when working with defensive units. There's a lot of talk about drafting new players like Michael Wilson, who could become pivotal on offense in the coming years. But for now, Saleh's return feels like the most significant and immediate boost the team needed. His approach to maximizing player performance, especially on defense, is well known in the league. When he left San Francisco to become the Jets' head coach, the team's defense visibly struggled afterward, underscoring the void he left behind. Saleh's specialty has always been getting more out of his players than anyone thought possible. And the 49ers need exactly that magic touch as they try to maintain their place among the league's elite defenses. Looking at the roster moves, the 49ers have been smart about bringing in versatile players who can contribute on special teams but also serve as reliable backups. That's a strategy Saleh excels at, finding diamonds in the rough who can be trusted to step up when needed. This kind of depth is critical for a team that aims to compete at a high level throughout a demanding season. It's not just about star power. It's about having a complete team where every player knows their role and executes it at a high standard. This is the blueprint Saleh has followed wherever he has coached, and the 49ers are hoping it will pay off again. On the defensive side, the 49ers have been focused on retooling rather than rebuilding. That means the expectation is to stay competitive right now without having to endure a lengthy rebuild process. It's a delicate balance, especially when many core players are nearing or have passed the age of 30. But with the right coaching and fresh talent, the team believes it can continue to challenge for the playoffs and even beyond. The recent additions of players like Michael Williams, a first-round edge rusher, and experienced defensive backs Trey Brown and Richie Grant provide both youth and experience to a defense that wants to stay formidable. There are parallels to be drawn with some NFC rivals who have successfully navigated similar transitions in recent years, turning what looked like tough off-season situations into surprise successes. The 49ers hope to follow in those footsteps, taking lessons from teams like the Eagles and Rams, who managed to emerge stronger than expected. It's a hopeful mindset for fans who want to see the team keep its playoff streak alive. Moving from the big picture analysis to the more immediate, the OTA sessions have provided some encouraging glimpses at the team's energy and player health. One of the most exciting developments is Christian McCaffrey showing signs of being back to full strength after his tough injury struggles last year. Watching him make explosive runs during practice gives the team and the fans plenty to get excited about. Shanahan noted how great it was to see everyone showing up ready to work, with no need for extra coaxing, a sign of a focused and motivated group heading into the season. While some players are still recovering from injuries, like Brandon Ayuk, Malik Mustafa and Curtis Raw, the presence of key players on the field creates an upbeat atmosphere. Even though Trent Williams is currently away from the Bay Area, his early appearances have been encouraging, and fans are eager to see him return to full form. Injuries are always a challenge, but the team seems to be managing them well so far. Wide receivers are another position to watch closely, especially with players like Jawan Jennings continuing to impress. Jennings has been described as still on fire, showing that he remains a favorite target and a reliable option for the offense. His chemistry with Brock Purdy, the quarterback, looks promising as they connect on several plays during practice. Alongside Jennings, new faces and rookies like Jordan Watkins are drawing attention for their speed, route running, and ability to make plays. Watkins, in particular, has caught the eye with his fluid movement and crisp technique, reminding some observers of the precision route runners who thrive in Shanahan's offense. Offensive line updates are equally important, with Spencer Burford and Ben Bart showing their readiness to compete for starting roles. While Andre Dillard, a recently signed tackle, hasn't been participating fully in practices yet, the ongoing battle for spots on the line will be one of the key storylines to follow as the team approaches training camp. Special teams competition is heating up as well, particularly the kicking battle between Jake Moody and Greg Joseph. Moody's decision to adjust his kicking approach from a 3-step to a 2-step routine has sparked curiosity and some concern. Such a change is rare for a kicker who has performed consistently at the professional level for several years. And it raises questions about what might be motivating the shift, whether it's about increasing accuracy, dealing with a lingering injury, or simply refining technique. The coming weeks will reveal how effective this change will be and whether it helps or hinders his performance. Overall, the energy surrounding the 49ers in these off-season activities feels different, more positive, and engaged compared to last year. With so many key players attending voluntary workouts and OTAs, it's clear the team is committed to starting the year on the right foot. Coach Kyle Shanahan's comments about not having to beg players to show up speak volumes about the renewed dedication across the roster. This sense of unity and focus is exactly what the team needs as they prepare for another challenging campaign. As we look ahead, there are many storylines to track. From the progress of injured players to the development of rookies, the outcome of position battles, and the impact of coaching strategies. The 49ers are shaping up to be a fascinating team to watch, blending established stars with promising new talent and a coaching staff that knows how to get the best out of everyone. As off-season practices continue and we inch closer to training camp, the San Francisco 49ers find themselves in a unique position, both celebrated and scrutinized. Expectations are high, and that pressure can do two things to a team: sharpen its focus or expose its flaws. Judging by what's been happening on and off the field so far, it seems like this version of the 49ers is leaning toward the former. There's a quiet confidence building throughout the organization, one that feels earned rather than assumed. Quarterback Brock Purdy is right at the heart of this momentum. What he's shown in recent weeks suggests that last season's success wasn't a fluke. He continues to show poise in the pocket, delivering throws with accuracy and timing that reflect his comfort in Kyle Shanahan's system. Purdy has never been the loudest guy on the field, but his leadership has matured significantly. You can see it in the way teammates respond to him. There's trust. More importantly, there's belief. The offense moves differently when he's in control, with a rhythm and efficiency that feels like it's coming together at just the right time. Of course, the spotlight on Purdy means every detail is magnified, and not everything has been perfect. There have been a few miscues in early practices, an underthrown deep ball here, a mistimed screen there, but those are part of the process. What stands out more is his ability to recover quickly, shake off mistakes, and keep moving forward. That kind of resilience is what separates good quarterbacks from great ones, especially in a league where the margin for error is so thin. Speaking of resiliency, the defense is showing early signs of reestablishing its identity. With Robert Saleh back in the building, there's a noticeable uptick in intensity. Players are flying around with their urgency, and the communication looks sharper. That's been one of Saleh's trademarks, creating a unit that's not just reactive but anticipatory. You can see it in the way defenders are reading plays, breaking on the ball, and showing a collective sense of timing. Even without pads, there's a physical presence returning to this defense that hasn't been seen consistently since Saleh's departure. One player benefiting from this renewed focus is safety Jair Brown. With Tashawn Gibson no longer on the roster, Brown has a chance to step into a bigger role. So far, he's making the most of it. He's been one of the most vocal players during practice, and that confidence is starting to translate into his play. Breaking up passes, directing traffic in the secondary, showing range. It's clear that he's beginning to embrace the leadership mantle in that group. Saleh's influence here cannot be overstated. He knows how to cultivate that type of player and turn potential into production. On the offensive side, the receiving core continues to evolve. Brandon Ayuk is still recovering from a minor injury and hasn't participated fully in drills, but there's no panic about his status. The team is being cautious, and for good reason. Ayuk is expected to be a major contributor again this season. In his absence, other receivers are getting more reps and more chances to shine. Ronnie Bell and Tay Martin, two young wideouts, fighting for bigger roles, have been making the most of their opportunities. Each brings a slightly different style, but both are showing improved route running and an ability to create separation. These kinds of position battles are crucial because they not only build depth but also push the starters to stay sharp. Tight end George Kittle remains one of the emotional leaders of the team. Even in practices that don't require full contact, his energy is contagious. He's been vocal, animated, and deeply engaged in every drill. More than just a spark plug, Kittle continues to refine his craft, working on footwork and timing with Purdy. It's that attention to detail, even from established veterans, that signals how locked in this team is. Another name drawing interest is rookie edge rusher Miko Williams. Still early in his development, Williams has flashed raw athleticism and explosiveness during drills. He's been working closely with the coaching staff on hand, technique, and timing, and while he's far from a finished product, the upside is there. The team doesn't necessarily need him to be a star right away, but having him in the rotation gives the defense more flexibility, especially in long yardage situations. Meanwhile, the coaching staff as a whole is looking more synchronized. There's a rhythm to how practices are run, how drills are sequenced, and how players are rotated through reps. It's not something fans always notice, but that kind of operational efficiency usually points to a team with a clear plan. It also speaks to the trust Shanahan places in his assistants and the accountability he expects from his veterans. Everyone seems to understand the urgency of the moment. This isn't a rebuilding team. This is a team that wants to win, right? Now, in the kicking game, the competition between Jake Moody and Greg Joseph continues to be a topic of interest. Moody's change in technique remains under observation, and while early results have been mixed, there's no sense of panic. Yet, Joseph has been steady, doing his job without much flash, which in the world of kickers is often a good thing. That battle will likely stretch into training camp, and every kick will matter. As practices continue, what's becoming clear is that this 49ers squad is building from a place of strength, not scrambling for answers. They know who they are, they know what's at stake, and they're preparing accordingly. There's still a long way to go before the regular season begins, but if these early signs hold true, the 49ers are on track to make a serious push. Not just for the playoffs, but for something even greater. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco is abuzz with speculation after star wide receiver Justin Jefferson was reportedly seen arriving in the city, greeted by an enthusiastic crowd of fans. Rumors are swirling that Jefferson is signed with the San Francisco 49ers, setting the sports world alight with anticipation. While no official statement has been made by the team or the players' representatives, the scene at the San Francisco International Airport told a story of its own. Fans decked out in red and gold, chanting Jefferson's name. Some even holding makeshift banners welcoming him to the Bay Area. This unexpected development has sparked a flurry of reactions across social media and sports talk shows, with many analysts attempting to piece together what this move could mean for both the player and the franchise. Jefferson, widely considered one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, had been the subject of trade rumors for months, but few expected him to land with the already star-studded 49ers. If the speculation proves true, this potential signing would send shockwaves through the league, positioning San Francisco as a near unbeatable force on offense. Insiders close to the situation suggest that discussions between Jefferson's camp and the 49ers intensified over the last week, though the details of any contract remain tightly under wraps. Observers also noted that several prominent 49ers players recently posted cryptic social media messages, fueling further speculation that something significant was in the works. Could those hints have been foreshadowing Jefferson's arrival? Adding to the intrigue, Jefferson was reportedly seen dining at a well-known San Francisco restaurant with several members of the 49ers organization shortly after his arrival. Though this could be dismissed as a casual meeting, the timing and circumstances suggest otherwise to many observers. For now, neither the 49ers nor Jefferson have made an official announcement, leaving fans and analysts alike to wonder, is this the beginning of a new era for San Francisco football? As the rumor mill churns at full speed, one thing is clear. The possibility of Justin Jefferson suiting up in a 49ers uniform has electrified the city and the entire NFL landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.